Hello, I'm David Day, and on behalf of my co-author Lisa Dragoni, we are talking about a recently published article in the Annual Review of Organizational Psychology and Organizational Behavior on Leadership Development. In a previous video, I talked about the framework that we proposed around leader development. What I'd like to do in this brief video is talk about some of the implications of that framework, theoretically, practically, and in terms of research and research design. One of the, I think, most important implications for the leader development aspect of our framework is that effectiveness is not the ultimate outcome. The definition that we use for leader development is the expansion of individual capacity to be effective in leadership roles and processes. So the focus should be on enhancing, expanding, or developing the capacity of individuals. The other aspect of the framework that I talked about is the notion of time, and that there are different outcomes at different time specifications. Things happen more quickly or more proximally, things happen more slowly or more distally. We think that these can be helpful in that by focusing on some of the proximal indicators of development, such as self-views that people have around their self-concept, including self-awareness, self-efficacy, and leader identity, in addition to skills and competencies, focusing on these things can be indicators that more long-term development in terms of hierarchical complexity and other more distal outcomes are happening. So what are some of the implications for research and for practice? Research implications include a focus on longitudinal research to study leader development. If we're going to be studying leader development and developmental processes, we really need to be studying these over time. In terms of practical implications, one of the things that's implied in our framework is a notion of further tailoring development to match the individual capabilities that people bring into a developmental opportunity, and also providing the appropriate levels of practice and support that's needed depending on their self-views and their levels of skills and competencies. One final thought. Leader development, leadership development is a journey, and it can traverse potentially the entire lifespan, which makes it difficult to study. We hope our framework helps to provide researchers and practitioners with some ways of thinking about what happens and when, how to design their research and how to design their interventions to best take advantage of those outcome indicators. Thank you.